Dear all Espresso TV guys, we are now here at Cafe Cagliari in Modena, and Alessandra Cagliari will tell us a little bit about the new coffee machine museum, which is not yet open, okay?
Yes, we are the first foreign group. Only a few Italian barista already visited in the last days this museum. We are still working to finish the exhibition, and this is the new warehouse, semi-automated for our product, coffee and so on. And so we created this passage turning around, displaying our collection of coffee machines. Most of them are professionals, but a new display includes 300 machines for domestic consumption that we are still displaying, still is not completed. And this is an old bar desk with of the 30, made of marble, original wood, and galvanized top, as was used in the time. And here we have a collection of coffee liqueur bottles that we buy. My father buys in the local antique markets.
Okay, wow.
One every time he finds one or two bottles.
Incredible, wow.
And so in the museum displays the machines, the professional machines, in the chronological order, and that also reflects the design, the style, the evolution of the style during the last century, and the technology. The first machines are works with steam. So this they are column shaped because they inside you have steam, and so they could be potentially very dangerous because they could explode if the barista was not careful, and he had to control the steam pressure all the time. And some of them was worked with electricity, some with the gas, but at the time the supplying electricity or gas was not always continuous.
Yeah.
So as an alternative system, they use coal. So he had to prepare the coffee, control the pressure of the steam, charge the coal.
Wow.
So it was like a train.
Like an old steam locomotive.
Yeah,
Wow.
yes. And the first machines. This is a Victoria Wheel, the famous one with the
Eagle?
With the eagle on the top. And this is this is the piece we call number 0. Probably is the most important piece of the collection. Probably not only of our collection, because it's a unique piece. Is like a model. The model used by Arduino to show which was his idea to make the machine an extraction. So this was not working. It was just a model, and so he could open and show the idea of extraction. So this is all original glass, the dragons, and so this machine is only reproduced in the books, only in the pictures, but only drawings.
Drawings, yeah.
Yes. Nobody knows that it was still existing, this model. So this is very, very important.
Wow, like a super first prototype.
Yes.
Wow.
And at the beginning of the century, the style was floral with the round shape, the statues on the top. And you see, for example, in this machine, which is very important, very precious, the decoration made by hand of the coffee plant, flowers. And the design was typical of the Liberty or Art Nouveau design. So with flowers, with leaves, all rounded and harmonious shapes.
And it started 1901 with Luigi Bezzara, right?
Yes, but I think that the machine doesn't exist anymore. It was probably destroyed. Also, this one is interesting because has like a container to make coffee in advance.
Ah, okay.
Because the extraction took approximately 2 minutes to be ready.
Okay.
So when they had time and not a lot of people in the bar, they produce more. So to be
okay,
ready when
yeah.
people arrive, many people in the bar. And this brand, which has not the eagle but the condor, we found the patent in Turin, which was a company owned by the King of Italy
Oh,
at the time.
wow.
And the extraction was about, the steam pressure was around 1.5 bars. So the coffee had no cream, but nobody knew the cream at the time. So nobody expected to have the cream on the coffee. And because the coffee was extracted with steam mixed with water, the steam has a temperature higher than boiling water, so burnt the powder of the coffee, and the taste was a bit bitter. But they appreciated because before they produced with this kind of machine, a filter machine, and the coffee remained prepared for hours and was served at the moment. But with espresso machines, they produce at the time, so people appreciated, even if it was a little bit bitter, and it was the novelty was the news was to have a coffee prepared at the moment of the request.
This is why the name is espresso,
Yes.
from just
Yes.
in time?
Yeah, just I don't know exactly. I think it's a combination. Like espresso means quick,
Yeah.
and espressamente means for at the request.
Okay.
So, I do it espressamente for you.
Just in time,
Just
maybe?
for you, just
Yeah.
for you. So probably it's a combination of the two, but probably was quick. Then in the 20th, the design changes. In the 20th, the influence of the Art Deco changes the shapes of the machine. So it's not more important the shape, the harmony, but the essence. So they are more essential, more linear, more simple. What is important is the function, and they are more linear. Like this one is an universal with 3 groups, so very big, and the barista was in the back, probably preparing three groups, but was not very easy because one was on one side, one on the other, the customer behind. So this is why we see they change the shape of the column of the boiler from vertically to horizontally.
Yeah, more barista friendly.
Yes. This is very interesting because if you see it from the side, it's inspired by the big boats, that ship that crossed the ocean at the beginning of the century, like Titanic. I don't know. This is the front of the boat.
Amazing. Wow.
And typical of the period, it's the lettering, a period of the fascism before the Second War. So here we see they turn the boiler horizontally, which is easier for the barista, and you have the space to warm the cups. But we are in the period pre-war, so they just produce a few pieces. This is instantaneous, and it's interesting because this was produced in '45, assembling bombs found on the ground, on
yeah.
the battleground. They
Like the recycling of the grenades.
Sealed, yes,
Yeah.
to recycle because they were, at the end of 45, at the end of the war, there were no materials available. And then we arrive at the second system, the lever. Achille Gaggia in 1948 he completed, and his idea started many years before, but because of the war he couldn't complete, and patented his idea to extract coffee with the lever that is connected with the piston, and pushing down the lever, the water is compressed at not always at the same pressure, because it depends how many force you put on the putting down the lever, but around 9 atmospheres, and this makes the coffee with the cream. So in the machine is written coffee cream natural, because probably at the beginning people asked, what is this color on the top, this cream on the top? And it works without steam, which is the plus, because steam burnt was dangerous because of the explosion and so on. So this is the first one, Gaggia Classica, the first with the lever, one group and 3 groups. And then here we see the old production of Gaggia. This is very unusual because this was inspired by the tin of sardines. Do you remember, with the key? Yes. And this is the unique machine having the space for to warm the cups inside, behind. It's very particular. If you want to come to see behind, is the unique one. I go from here. This was for exporting abroad, because in a few years, the request was so high that they started to export all over the world. Here we see the leaflet of Gaggia, with the first in the world to produce the cream, and maybe the revolution in the system preparation of espresso. So Argentina, Brazil, Venezuela, New Zealand, Australia, everywhere in the world. This is Gaggia Internazionale, because it was a period when they started to travel in the space and to discover what was in the space. So this shape is inspired by the Sputnik. Missile. I say missile. No, missile. From Italian.
Sputnik, like a satellite.
Yeah. The material is bakelite.
Yeah.
Yes. Because remember, this is not steel, it's coated the brass. So it's not steel, because the steel we see at the end of the 50s. And also, we don't have plastic, not yet.
Maybe
later.
Brass with nickel coated.
This is one of the first cimbali. They invented a claim, un cimbalino, coffee made with cimbali.
Nice one.
Yes. Here we have the production of Faema, was inspired by the space, in this case from the planets, so Venere, Mercury, Mars, Neptune.
Also the design of the 50s is very nice.
Lovely. This is a Bazzara.
Yeah.
This is made with glass. These two has special decoration. This is the typical shape of the TV and the radio of the 50s. This is the restyling of the logo of Vittorio Arduino.
Yeah.
More still simple and
Yeah.
stylization of the eagle. This was called the disco volante, so iron disc, a flying disc,
Yeah.
inspired by the unknown
Yeah,
objects
UFO.
seen in the
Yeah.
in the skies at the time. They started to talk about flying disc.
Wow.
This is very particular because this was dedicated to Gina Lollobrigida, you know, the actress of the 50s. Gina Lollobrigida, like Sophia Loren, the famous women of the 50s. This was the decoration of her dress, the pattern of her dress. This was the neck, and of the dress. This was her breast, and the waist very thin.
Yeah.
So in this period, the beginning of the 50s, the coffee machines producers started to cooperate with the designers because the request is so high that they need to make shapes that can models that can be attractive and stylish. So Pavoni started a cooperation with the studio of Gio Ponti, Fornaroli, Rosselli, and
Wow.
this is the different material and
Nice.
decoration. This is
So cool.
This is called
Wow.
Murano crystal because it's made with the glass of Murano glass. This is one of my favorite,
Looks a little bit like a car.
or a jukebox.
Oh yeah,
Same,
jukebox. Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
Cadillac or a
Yeah,
jukebox.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I love it so much. This is really very, very, very heavy. It's incredibly heavy, and it's typical of even the influence of American style in the 50s, in
And-
the objects produced also in Italy in that period.
And already with steam, when did it start with steam? In the 60s?
They all
Yeah,
work
yeah.
with the lever.
Yeah. No, I mean.
You mean yes,
the
but they
steam-
started before.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know exactly the year, but I saw many machines
Hmm.
also previous to the 20th, the 30th that had steam. Cambi was a producer of Modena, a small manufacturer, and this was dedicated to the Olympic Games of Cortina of the 56. Next year we'll have Cortina Olympic Games
Yeah.
again in Cortina
Wow.
and Milan. This is a famous machine who won a concours in 56. It was the company, as I told you, was started to cooperation with designers, and so he organized this concours. The prize was the winner got 1 million lire to design, to create a machine that could be produced in scale, because it was necessary to start the scale production. And so this was this won the concours, and the designer were Bruno Munari and Somari, who are famous designer and very, very famous, who won a lot of premiums, the awards in the Museum of Compasso d'Oro is full of objects of the period, very, very famous. If you saw them, you say, okay, I remember, I know them. Designed by with these two designers, and this panel was produced in scale and could be combined in different colors, painted in different colors, or in machines from one group to 6 groups, so to make the production quicker and cheaper than before. Each machine had to be, as the cars had to be built one by one. Here we have two automatic machines. That means they don't have the lever because they use the pressure of the water of the town. But sometimes the pressure is not enough or not regular, so the system had no success. So there are only few pieces. This was produced with the possibility to customize the front with the picture. She was probably the Amalfi Coast.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly. You can imagine.
Yeah.
Here we find for the first time the use of plastic, and we are in 58, and also the use of color. This was very. They sold a lot of pieces of this machine. Particularly, I remember in Austria, if I remember. It's not written here, but and you could choose the combination of colors. And this is one of the other my favorites. This was produced for the bar in the mountain. This is the skier and the hikers. In other museum there is the
Nice.
side version with made of ceramic. Then here we see the production probably very end of the 50s. So you could see the colors, the use of colors, the use of plastic. This machine with the plastic front was produced in different colors, different versions. Then we arrive at 1960. This was made of copper, but the year after they changed this model to this one. Probably was too expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
And so this is the design of the 1960-61. Less attractive,
Yes,
but
yes.
probably it was designed by Fratelli Castiglioni, so they were famous designers. So probably it was the style of the period.
Yeah, reduction to the minimum.
Yes,
little
minimum,
bit
essential,
cubistic.
rationalism,
Yeah.
and so on. Then here we arrive at the last system, last passage. Faema with the lever. Then this is 1960. The TRR called turtle because of this top, the shape of this top, of this cover.
Yeah.
And this has no levers because they introduced a volumetric pump to send the water at the a particular pressure selected by before, always the same pressure to the group. So in this way we reduce the variability of the force, how you of the barista at the time when they handle down the level.
Yeah, and also this one is a saturated E61 brew unit where water was flowing around the brew unit. Yeah.
And the year after they changed this model in the E61, probably the most iconic and famous machine. The name is from the total solar eclipse of 1961, which was very famous. And so this is the evolution of this one, and still produced. Also, in our bar we have a 61, and very similar.
Yeah,
They didn't change so much. Then we arrive in the 70s. This was a typical colors, typical shape of the 70s. Unfortunately, I remember this machine in some bars. That is not a good thing.
Yeah.
It is a very bad order. There were also a green version, very light green, so typical colors of the pop art influence. Also this one, orange, And the last one is not so old, 1998, but it's interesting because it's inspired by the word of the boats. So it's called Yacht Club with the window. Like the boats, I don't know this kind of wood in English, which is the name. Typical, so you can see inside the boiler and how it's made inside. Then we have this new display of the around 300 small coffee machines for home consumption, from the oldest. We are still working to display the machine. From the oldest, and some are of the 1900, so 17th century, 18th century, 19th century. Some are from I've not yet studied all of them, or better, I don't remember all of them because I have to study because they are new. We bought this collection, most of this collection in 2014, so 11 years ago. But we have no space in the previous museum, so we kept them in the boxes for 10 years, and finally now we are displaying them. So I have to study a lot. And this is from Japan. This is from the Arab world. This one from Ethiopia. France, or this is probably the oldest from the 17th century, or this is a very, very important piece, this one, from famous machine made with the shape of a train, that moved when according to the the balance, the weight when it's extracted, the weight it goes, it moves.
Funny.
It's very, very delicate, and also the balance. This was from Sweden.
Yeah. Wow.
I love this shape. And others they are hydrostatic machines.
Wow.
So then we have another collection of 700 cups with all the logo of different logos of coffee brands, Italian. So that we will display in another wall. So then we have roasters, a small roaster. We have grinders.
Fantastic. Wow,
piece
my
by
goodness.
piece.
Yeah. So, Alessandra, I have to say thank you very much.
Thank
Grazie
you for
mille.
your visit. Next time we will be finished, but every time we have something new to show.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
That's the premiere. Wow.
Yes.
Cool. Grazie.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Thank
wow.
you.